Oh, there you are, YouTube. Dooloo, 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 doo. Subscribe if you're interested. Hey, let's do a random ranking today. Let's go to my movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random and then rank those movies from most favorite to least favorite based on whatever criteria we come up with. I say we because I'll rank them here in the movie. I'll rank them here in the video. But if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Then I'll hop into that comment section. And then we'll talk about film, cinema, movies, the motion picture. We'll discuss it. So let's get to picking some movies. Oh, I just looked in that area. So, okay. You know what? Let's go back here. I don't think I've pulled from here in a while. I might pick 3 that are next to each other because it's kind of late. 1, 2, 3. I feel a Blu-ray. I feel a slip. I feel a slip. And then, yeah, it's getting late. I was watching a movie, just finished it, so just maybe speed things up a little bit. Okay, okay, and okay. Ooh, that one's been a while. But I do like it. It's just been a while. Okay, so we have My Boyfriend's Back. My aunt showed me this movie. Wait, did she show it to me or did I see it? I think, okay, this is a long story. Nobody's going to care about it. I saw it on my own. And then when I went to go visit my aunt, she's only like 6 years older than me. So I was visiting my grandparents and then, you know, my aunt was there. She was like a teenager at the time, or, you know, close to a teenager, probably was a teenager. And we were talking about movies and I was like, I bet you really like My Boyfriend's Back. And then she looked at me and she's like, I do. But, you know, you could just read someone like her at that age like a book, right? You knew this would be one of her favorite movies. But yeah, I think I, you know, rented this on my own. I kind of always thought about this movie being similar to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as I'm sure most people did. And I prefer Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think most people do. Is there anybody out here that prefers My Boyfriend's Back? The coolest part about this is that you get a young Philip Seymour Hoffman in it, playing sort of like a jock type dude. And I just, you know, I remember the ears were falling off. Oh, and also I remember that in the trailer. I remember the trailers for this. And, you know, that kind of got me hyped to see it. Maybe that's what my aunt and I were talking about. Maybe I said, like, I bet you really want to see My Boyfriend's Back. I think that's maybe what it was that she said. I do. Maybe I saw the trailer and was anticipating that she would want to see it. But, yeah, did she go on to do anything more? Tracy Lind, is that her name? I think I looked her up after the most recent time I watched this, and I didn't see that she had done much. Also, there's young Philip Seymour Hoffman right there, being that bully type. But yeah, you know, a good zombie film. Next, we have The Dark Knight, and this is not The Dark Knight Rises, this is just The Dark Knight. This is, I was wondering, maybe it says Rises under there, but I should just know from the picture by now. So we have Heath Ledger, of course, as the Joker. These movies were huge. It was a really cool time going to see these in the movie theater, doing the midnight showing back when they used to do midnight showings. Now I feel like they just start them the whole day beforehand, and it was just really good because if you wanted to get good seats, you had to get there early. You had to wait in line. Now it's all done. You know, you reserve a seat online. I'm not into that. I figure if you want to see a movie, you want to see it first. You got to put in the dedication of waiting in line. Like, I remember doing that for Man of Steel, and I was the very first person in line. But people did show up shortly afterwards. And I got there like early in the morning, like as soon as the place opened. And I did the same thing for X-Men Days of Future Past, and it was not necessary for me to be as early as I was because nobody started. I was sitting I was sitting in the lobby for hours alone in line before anybody showed up. But anyway, we're here to talk about this. I'm sorry. But what are some of your stories about standing in line? Do you have any of those? I also remember standing in line for Attack of the Clones because I got on the news for that one. Me and my friends would do, I guess, what you would call LARPing. It wasn't LARPing. It was, you know, we were Nerf knights, basically. Sword fighting with foam swords and such. But we brought all of our gear, and then we, like, would fight with our gear as if we were Jedis, right? So, you know, we're in, like, medieval garb, but we are acting like we were in Star Wars. And then the news team that was there covering this was like, hey, those guys right there, we should ask them to, like, fight in the background while you're giving your news report. So they asked us, hey, will you fight in the background? So we did that and thought that was really cool. Sorry, off topic. So this is really good. I have that same question that everybody has. When Joker's up there at the party, and then Batman saves Maggie Gyllenhaal, does he just leave the Joker up there to kill all those people? What happened there? I want to know. I want to know what happened there. Next we have Sex, Lies, and Videotape. I wonder if posting this, if I have to like hide that word, hide the word sex, are they going to say my video should not be watched or something? Do I need to disguise that word, maybe? I'm not sure if I need to do that or not. But this is Soderbergh, right? I just want to make sure. Yeah, Steven Soderbergh. So I haven't seen this in a long time, and I think I've only seen it once. I'm pretty sure I bought it and then watched it. I don't think I saw it any time before, and I'm not sure I've seen it any time after, but I do remember really liking it and thinking it was very well made and deserved all the accolades that I had heard about it, and that it was, you know, I remember it being great and thinking, hey, that's a really good movie. And I think this is one of the movies that really helped. Okay, I'm not seeing it on here. I thought this was like the Miramax, like the Weinstein Company or something. This sort of catapulted them, but I'm not seeing their name on this at all, so maybe I'm wrong on that. I was thinking this one really helped their companies, but yeah, I don't see it on here, so never mind about that, which is probably good. Okay, 2 thumbs up, says Siskel and Ebert. All right, how are we going to do this? I think I'm actually going to put My Boyfriend's Back at the end because I just don't like it as much as Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and when I think about the two movies, or one of these movies, I sort of think about the other one, and then I compare them, and I'm always putting Buffy first. I never watched the show, though. Maybe a couple episodes, but it didn't do anything for me, because it wasn't like the movie. I really like the movie. So I'm going to put My Boyfriend's Back at the end, and then, even though I don't remember much from it, I'm going to put Sex, Lies, and Videotape as number 1, and I'm going to put The Dark Knight at number 2, just because I've seen it so many times, and I'm just kind of over it, and it's not like it's bad or anything, but I don't care about it as much anymore. I've just moved beyond it. Maybe the age I was at when it came out, the nostalgia's not there. I have more nostalgic feelings for things earlier than that film. You know, I'm more like the X-Men movies are where my nostalgia comes from when we're talking about superhero films. So yeah, it's not like it's bad. I don't want to like disrespect it. It's just I've overseen it. You know, I've seen it too many times, and I'm just, you know, I'm kind of giving it a break right now. So I'm going to go Sex, Lies, and Videotape, then The Dark Knight, and then My Boyfriend's Back. So my question to you is, have you seen these movies? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. And perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.